Hey guys, Rob Murphy from Listic Healing Choices here, and today we're taking a look at the app Headway. So, Headway is, much like Blinkist and those similar sort of apps, a little book nuggety sort of app that has the important parts in it, in their little summaries, and also two little insights as well. So this one differs a little bit from some of them, as it puts books into a bit of a plan for you. So if it's a success plan for business or health or whatever else that you're interested in, it's going to put them into a certain amount of days and a plan for you to help you reach that. So, is it any good though? Let's dive in and find out. Okay, so you can see as we dive into Headway, reaching a 30-day streak. So I've actually done a bit more than that, but for whatever reason it started my streak off again. Anyway, here we have our front page basically. So we've got our insights up the top, which is a bit of a unique bit, which has just little summaries on things. So here we are for work won't love you back. Many domestic workers are vulnerable because of the immigration policies and abusive bosses. Now, I can remember that, and that'll go into a repetition part, which we'll get into a bit later. And then we're into the financial diet, a little brief snippet on that. Very popular role the ego plays as a victim for A New Earth by Eckhart Tolle, and so on and so forth. And then we can just click into that and have a look at that whole book summary as well. So you can see here, 7 chapters, 14 minutes, 7 insights. Get back out of that into our insights, and we read all of our insights for the day. So we've earned a little reward, which is basically just a trophy little thing up the top here. Achievement, and you get your daily goal. So 2 minutes a day gets you your goal. My Headway, I've done 10%, more than 10% of Headway readers. Yep, cool. Discover. So here are the plans as well. So you can see here I'm on the growth plan. I did a quick little 3-day one or whatever first. So what will I boost? My career growth, personal finance and productivity, because my goals, when you set up, it takes your age, sex, and what you want out of the app here as well. So my goals are when I work, have more money, be productive. So let's have a listen.
Chapter 4. The Strengths Zone is a better place to be. Being in the Strengths Zone means identifying your strengths and working out how to push them forward in life. It means spending more time working on the things you're good at and less time trying to fight against the things you're not talented in naturally. If you are given the time to focus on the things you're good at in a work setting, you're going to enjoy going to work.
Also,
you'll have better working relations.
As it is, plus or minus 10 seconds or skip chapter. The easy sort of stuff. So I'm about to reach my daily goal, cool, yep, but I actually want to read it. So then we just switch to the reading part. And here you go through all the things, and here's our little remember thing again, and that's it. Basically, but we can play that as we're reading.
You'll achieve more.
So we can read along with it, or whatever we want to do. We can choose our background color. No, we can't apparently. Whatever else. We go back into that.
Chapter 4.
So there's our background color, is a better and there's place to be. That. If we're on our night mode sort of stuff, we can go to our content that the book contains. Finish reading for that. Now you've got success, wealth, achievements, close-knit family, whatever else. Now, one of the drawbacks from this is that if you want to search for a certain book, you won't actually have the book's official cover. You'll have their own little covers. I guess it's just a licensing thing. With them, they don't actually have to pay royalties if they don't use the cover, I guess. Collections that aren't loading. There we are. Melinda Gates' bookshelf. Meghan Markle's bookshelf. People who are in the public eye, maybe not all the good reasons why. To win at work, to have more money, and then just your little genre stuff. And your categories are all there as well. New releases. And then you can go to your library. You can see what you're working with and what you finished. And your repetition. So this is the little cards that come up in your little summaries. So if you hit repeat or save or reminder or whatever, you get these. So yes, I remember that one. Yep. And you can go through all those every day. And it tells you like how many cards you've saved from those books, those summaries. And then when you go to your profile, you've got your achievement, your goals, and your Headway. And then you've got all your settings here as well, your subscription terms, and everything else. And that is really about it. So Is it any good? Pretty much. It's not a bad app. Some of the summaries I've found are very sort of basic in their explanations of things, so you won't get a great deal of detail. You may be better off reading some of the bigger books to get some of the insights. Like, they seem very basic. There was one there on not being nice or not being as nice as whatever, and it seemed like, just don't be nice because being nice makes you a doormat. Like a very basic overview of what is probably like a little bit more complex issue. So that was what I found with that one. Some of the other things too are there. I haven't found any typos or anything, so they're all very good that way. But yeah, the basicness of it doesn't really shine through the importance of the book. Now, that's only the ones that I've read so far. They may actually be very, very good in a lot of the other ones. The ones I'm currently reading seem pretty good, and they've got some good ideas in there as well as little exercises that are probably in the base book, but they've taken and adapted to little bite-sized chunks that you can utilize for yourself as well in those. So it actually gives you a little bit of an action plan. Now, the reminders and stuff, I don't find them great because they sort of seem out of context, away from the book or away from what you're doing with it. But they can be a great little anchor too. I can see both points of view in having them and not having them. So they can be an anchor to remind you of everything else that was on that page as well. So there's a point in that. Now, what would you expect to pay for such an app? For a year of Headway, you would be paying around about $130 for the year. So it's roughly about $12-ish a month. Is it good value? Depends, once again, as a lot of these apps do, how much you're going to use it. And are you using a similar service? And is that service suiting you better than this one? Does it have access to more books? Does it have a bigger range? Because this one, while they're updating it constantly, may not have the best range out there and may not have specific titles or targets for you in those genres and stuff that you want. So it is worth doing your research on what books and everything else is available before taking on one of these services. And I mean, I've had no issues with this one whatsoever. You can change your background, you can change whatever, you can change the speed. I haven't had any issues. It just goes straight from chapter to chapter flawlessly. There's no pausing or anything like that. Although one thing is, when you do your little drop down, drag down bit, you can play the book there, but if you tap the actual thing, it doesn't actually take you to the app. So that is one thing that's a little bit broken with it. Other than that, the app seems to work perfectly fine. So all up, throwing into the thing, it's easy to use, easy to find and navigate and everything else. 7 out of 10. Maybe a 6 out of 10 depending on what books are available for it, and that's going to change depending on what you want out of the app and yeah, what your taste in books and everything else is. Are you willing to pay that amount for that one, or are you going to find another service that does it similar or maybe even better than that one? That is 100% your choice on all that matter. So for me, it's a 7 out of 10. I'm just on a 7-day free trial with it, so take that as you will, find what you want with it. I do enjoy that they put you on like a little bit of an action plan for use this book and then that'll build onto this one and this one and this one sort of thing. So that's always a handy thing to build those skills. But that is Headway. What do you think of it? Have you used it? Would you use it? Leave a comment down below. And please remember to like, share, comment, subscribe on this video because it really helps out the channel. And I'm Rob Murphy and I will see you in the next video.